No. Okay.
Hey,
Welcome back, guys. We're here with the new episode of Straight Up Drag. I'm Nick.
I'm Joe, and I'm straight.
And I'm not.
Welcome.
So, let's get into it. Hey, Latrice is back.
Thank goodness.
She's back with a vengeance.
God, I love Latrice.
I love her. And I'm happy she's back, and I'm happy that this week she proved why she deserves to be here.
Latrice makes me happy inside, but before I was disappointed, and then this week she came back, and she was like,
She
I
proved it.
deserve to be back.
She
And
turned it out.
I was excited.
But Monet said it in, like, when they first came back into the workroom.
She has to keep it up.
She has to, like, be in the top every week, because if she's not, they're going to send her home.
Yeah, I agree with that because you've already been sent home once. So
Yeah.
if you don't come back, and
So if she's in the bottom 1 week,
has anybody ever come back from being eliminated and won?
no. The only person that ever, besides Latrice now, that ever came back and stayed longer than one episode is Trixie Mattel. Well, she did come back and win, but she came back one season, but then won another season.
That's different.
So,
Yeah, that's different. All right,
but she came back and won.
it's different.
And there's not really much when they get back to the workroom after the elimination, but they go.
No. Vanilla just does that weird annoying thing where she like jumped on Latrice for a couple minutes and was
Yeah.
like, Latrice is back!
Yeah.
And I was like, stop.
And then Latrice is
Latrice is like,
yeah.
stop that.
And this is the first week that they didn't pan over to Valentina posing in front of the camera when she first walks in. So I guess she didn't do
It's
it.
about time.
Maybe she knew her run was coming to an end.
Her fate.
Yeah. So anyway, Rue comes in and he announces the challenge, which I was the most excited for. Like, I think this is the coolest challenge they've ever done.
It's definitely the most interesting
Yeah.
so far because like the last few have been all comedy,
hmm
which is cool and I'm into it. But I think I said this last time. They've all been the same.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's all
just been
been
different
comedy.
pieces of comedy, so the same people have been shining. And this one was like, sure, you have to entertain, but you have to be able to like do some manual labor and be a designer and have a theme, and it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a more well-rounded competition.
So if anyone didn't see, the challenge was that they had to essentially create their own nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
So Latrice got the upper hand in it because she got to assign the teams and then pick her own team.
When Latrice picked the 3 teams and then was asked which team she would join, it was like, duh.
Yeah.
Her best friend and then arguably the strongest competitor in one team. Where
Mhm.
else was she gonna go?
But it was funny because they panned over to Monet and Monique, and they're like, "We know how well that turned out last time."
Yeah, I'm surprised that she would put Monet and Monique together. Truthfully,
Why?
because that they're stronger together. You would think as a competitor with them, you would split them up.
But you know what I think she
And
was
put
thinking?
Monet with Valentina. That it would be a surefire way to get the bottom 2 to be Naomi and Valentina.
No,
That's what I was thinking.
no. I think she was thinking the last time they were in a group, 2/3 of the group ended up in the bottom, whether they're friends or not.
Mhm.
So maybe she was thinking at least one of them would end up in the bottom again, and then it'd be a way to get them out. Either way, I think.
I just think because they're friends, like the best way to
Yeah.
I would have put Monet with Valentina, and then Monique with Naomi, and split up the talent a little bit, and then you would have had a surefire shot at winning. I think if those were the teams. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but I
I
ended
think-
up winning anyway.
I think she knew regardless that being with Manila and Trinity, she had a surefire way of winning. Like, I think she wasn't worried.
That's true.
So they show their planning, they have the concepts of the clubs. I think Monique and Monet's concept was genius. I loved it.
I thought it was definitely unique.
Yeah.
I think I'm just not liking it on personal preference,
Fair.
but I don't think it was bad at all.
It was a fully
Like,
realized concept.
It was a
which I
very
liked.
it was a fully realized concept. It was very creative. It was different. It was not
Yeah.
something I would have pinned them to make, and then it came out pretty good.
And then it was cool too because they had the nerdy references. They had the Star Trek reference
Yeah,
with the drink.
that's fine.
They had the alien.
I just didn't love the look of it, but I think that's more personal than it is
Yeah.
like objective. Like I think it objectively looked good, but subjectively I just didn't like it.
I get that, but I think it looked really cool. I think they had a solid concept. Their chemistry with each other was really good.
It comes down to what I said to you, where like I just don't like stuff that looks like
Halloween.
Halloween store costumes.
Yeah, because it reads cheap.
Because it smell. It's that smell. I'm not even kidding. It's that smell.
Plastic.
that cheap plastic smell, and
Yeah.
like I could smell it watching the episode.
But plastic is on theme.
Like
We'll get
those
into that.
fingers, I was like, I could smell them from here.
The squid fingers. That They
Yeah.
kept on calling the Grinch fingers, which I was mad because they were clearly tentacles, but that's besides the
Anyway,
point.
but no, but it was really well done.
Yeah,
I have
it
to
was.
say they're clearly
Like,
talented.
From
It
the
was
jump,
well
they
done.
knew what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple missed joke opportunities with the club name, but,
Yeah, but-
we won't get into
That's
that.
fine, but yeah, you're right. It was well done.
Yeah.
And I thought the Beehive was good too, because you know what? They took like Club 96 was just kind of pretty much silver and pretty, right? And they clearly wanted to do like gold and pretty, but it wasn't just the gold club.
But
it
they
was,
had a concept.
It was
yeah.
the Beehive.
Mhm.
It was, you know, the drinks looked like they had honey in them, and like the beekeeper outfits were funny, and like the wall had like those cool designs that looked like
Yeah.
a honeycomb. So like again, it was a fully realized concept.
And I love the VIB. Like, I thought that was so fun.
That was really
I
funny.
love a
yeah.
good pun.
Yeah.
And then the strip spelling bee.
My thing with, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry, continue. I was gonna talk about how they acted, but that's getting ahead of
Oh.
myself.
Alright.
Because right now we're just talking about the look.
Yeah.
And Club 96 was boring. It looked pretty.
Michelle
but
said
it was
it.
boring.
Michelle said it in the runway, like when they were deliberating. It's the Interior Illusions Lounge.
Right, and it's very, and they said also it's very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
It's,
Mhm.
I can name a million clubs that have white couches and silver walls. What
I was
makes
about to
yours
say a club, but I
different?
can't because
Yeah,
it's a little too specific.
but what makes yours different?
It's
right?
not different.
It's not. That's the problem.
They're
Like,
they're pretty.
it looks like a place that like high schoolers would go.
Exactly. That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
that high
Yeah.
schoolers would go.
It looks like a place.
that has like 18 plus nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks very much that. Very
Like it just
tacky.
wasn't-
Like,
yeah, it looked like they tried to be glamorous, but it came out kind of tacky. For
Yeah.
me. And like they said, the interior looked beautiful, but it looked to me more like almost a knockoff of a really nice club.
It was a knockoff of a set that's been on the show from season 1 through to like season 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So it wasn't original. I
that's-
don't like, and the whole bougie vibe. I mean, it's been
That's
done.
not, and it's also not charming.
No, it's not.
Like,
It's never done well. Where you're like, oh, that's funny.
so let's go into the way that they're acting, right? Because that's what we're kind of getting to. Like to start with Club 96, acting like you're like pampered and spoiled and like super rich. It's not flattering to
No.
anyone.
And
like
if you're
nobody
trying to-
is like, yes, show me how much
Yeah.
more money than me you have. It's like
And if they're trying to do a parody of it and like make fun of these girls, they should have played it up more.
they had to be a little more. I mean, like I got that they were going for a parody of it, but like the thing is, I think Valentina's personality makes it hard to believe that it's a parody because Valentina always acts like.
No, the issue with Valentina was that she had no clue what she was doing. Naomi did all the work and you could see it. Because Valentina was looking at Naomi to be like, oh, what do we say? And then she messed up the name of their game. Like, she didn't, she wasn't prepared. She was more focused on the look of it, like when they were painting.
But you know what I mean? Like Valentina is always kind of a little vain,
Mhm.
so it's hard to believe that she's doing a parody of that because it's kind
That's
of just how
very
she
much her
acts.
personality, yeah.
As far as the space one, I think Michelle said it the best. They were just being goofy
Mhm.
and having fun with it.
Yeah.
And because they chose such a weird, zany thing, it worked.
And they have a good personality.
Like, they were just being weird, but the
Yeah.
weird was funny, and I was into it.
I
Like,
loved it. But their looks I didn't like because their looks belonged in Beehive. It didn't belong in...
Yeah, they were very I mean, I liked the looks.
Yeah,
but
they looked amazing, don't get us wrong.
It was just weird that they were very yellow and black when there was a yellow and black.
and
theme.
like it's not like they don't know. And like their accessories were spacey, like the wig, Monique's wig, the tentacle
sunglasses.
fingers, the sunglasses, the contacts.
Mhm.
But like the outfits themselves were the wrong club. And like I'm shocked they didn't say it on the runway because
Yeah.
even though it looked good, you're supposed to fit the vibe of your club. And to me,
I think they did fit the vibe. I think it was just. I think they would have fit the vibe if the other group didn't do Beehive.
yeah,
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
That the Beehive thing fit that so well that it was like, why are you wearing
exactly.
the other team's
It looked
colors?
like they were going there
Yeah.
afterwards.
If the other team hadn't chose Beehive, then it would have made sense to me.
yeah, but their chemistry by far was the best.
They
Like,
were great.
To me, they were the tops of the week. They should have won.
I don't think they were the top 2 of the week. I think one of them deserved to be in the top, personally.
Who do you think?
I don't know. but I think it should have been one from each team.
I think
Because I think the two teams were so neck and neck.
yeah, I think out of the two of them, I would have put Monet.
That's
Overlord.
usually kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, not to.
And then in the Beehive one, Latrice was great.
Mhm.
That personality, like when they first came over and she was like, "Welcome to the Beehive," I was like, "Nice, this
Yeah.
is really good." And Trinity was throwing in like, Trinity was kind of like the icing on the Latrice cake,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah.
Like Latrice carried the show, which they said she would.
Mhm.
They said she's going to be the host, so I'm not like saying that Trinity faded to the background.
But
she
Trinity
knew
had her moment.
Trinity had her
Yeah.
big moment, but she also, and this makes her even stronger as a competitor, knew when to be quiet.
Is that a little shade to Manila?
Yes. So no, but it makes sense because
Yeah.
you know they said Latrice is going to be the head, so she's going to kind of stay back, and she knew when to, and then she had her moment. Manila would not shut up, man.
I think Manila was just very nervous and wanted her spotlight because even though Manila like spearheaded the work with the look of it,
Yeah.
they didn't really discuss the look in the deliberation. So she wanted to make sure that her personality came through, and her personality is very zany, very goofy, very like caricature.
The problem is, I liked Manila a lot at the beginning, and I feel like she's becoming a one-trick pony at this point,
Mhm.
where she'll look at the camera, cross her eyes, and make a dumb joke.
I mean,
And
yeah, that's pretty
I
much
want
Manila.
more from her. Like, Trinity has shown us that she can do such a range of things,
Mhm.
for example, and other ones have too. Monet has showed us she can do such a range of things.
Yeah.
And Manila seems stronger at first, but the more she overuses the same gimmick, the less I think
It's just
she's powerful.
there's a difference between like being iconic and being known for something and then overdoing something. Like it's falling in the same category as Monique with the brown cow.
Right, where it's like, you were iconic for this, but also this is All Stars.
Don't
Bring some
yeah,
new things
yeah.
into the mix. Don't rely on the past.
Yeah.
And she just crossed her eyes. It was like, it's a buzz in place. And I was like, stop, that was cringy. Like,
Yeah, it was.
That just made me like...
But then I love Trinity's spelling bee moment. I thought that was hysterical. She smelled the guy's flower,
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
her accent out, she had him stripped. Like I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
Trinity, yeah, I thought they were a great group too. I really thought the Beehive and the Space one could really go either way.
Yeah.
I honestly think I know Manila did so much work designing it, but I honestly think Manila almost put a damper on the actual presentation.
Oh, I agree. She
of the
definitely
Beehive.
killed the flow of their
Right.
like.
And Latrice even gave her that look, and Latrice is like her best friend, so you know Latrice was like,
Latrice gave her that look. Trinity gave her that look. They
they
were
were like,
both like,
stop, because like they were just better off without her commentary.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she did a lot of work for the design, and the design was great, but you know.
but still, like you have to. She has a very strong personality, and she has to learn to like
There's
have
a
that
time and a
mesh.
place.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Like if she were to be the only host, she would have been funny with that.
I don't think so. I'm still just sick of the gimmick.
Fair.
She would have been funnier, but I'm still sick of the gimmick.
Yeah.
But it's also the fact that she doesn't know how to share the stage. You're right.
That's true, she doesn't. And I really think it comes down to that she's panicking about not wanting to be in the bottom.
Right, and she's trying to force herself into the front.
Yeah.
But by doing so, she's not putting her best foot forward
Yeah.
in the process. But
But we skipped over the funniest part of the episode. I just want to talk real quick about the painting. Because, like, so many funny things happened in the painting.
oh yeah.
First of all, seeing drag queens try to paint a room in general, I just find very funny.
It was really
Second of all, well, before we go to the really funny part, what was Valentina wearing?
Nothing apparently.
Valentina was in heels, a thong, or a banana hammock or whatever, and then like got on Naomi's shoulders while she was painting. She
That was
asked,
something,
she
yeah.
asked Naomi if she wanted to wear the same outfit. I was like, are you trying to like pick up Naomi? Like what's going on
And then
here?
Latrice trying to squeeze into that little
Latrice
bit.
squeezing into the painter's smock was everything I needed.
I love when she had one arm and she was like, "Oh hell no!"
Oh my god, that was Trinity like ripping it up onto her, and then when she was like, I can't stand up straight, and they show her bent over like this, like no, oh my god.
And then, oh my god, wait.
Monique.
When Monique said she's gonna paint sideways, and Monet goes, "No, you go up and down." And she
Monet's
goes,
literally
well,
like,
who said that? And Monet goes, Jesus.
And then Monique's still in the back and looks at her and just goes,
And then, did you notice that Monique didn't roll the roller through the paint.
she
She just slapped it in because when she rolled it, it only like painted every rotation. It didn't paint a line.
But literally, when she did that, that reminded me of like a parent telling a kid like, "Don't do it,"
and then
and
looking over his shoulder.
the kid literally looks at the parent and does it anyway. Like that's what it was.
It was
like,
so
it was
good.
amazing.
That was funny. Yeah, watching them try to like do the manual labor
Yeah.
aspect of interior design was funny because some of them like could clearly had experience doing it and were
Manila,
like
with the
yeah.
tape and everything, yeah.
and like we're good at. And then it was you also saw like Monet and Monique trying to use the tape measure and it's like dipping in the middle,
Just
and coming back out, and they're like looking at each other like. It was so funny.
But then, like, in that part of the episode, you also really saw Naomi's, like, struggle with Valentina. And that's why I felt bad for Naomi. Because Naomi's like, okay, like, we kind of need a script, too. Like, we need to know what we're going to say. And Valentina's like, will this paint come off?
Right, like, Valentina just... Woo! Excuse me. Valentina just, like, doesn't take anything except the visual seriously. Like, she's like, I'm a glamour queen. Look at me. Terminology. I'm a glamour queen. I like fashion, and we're gonna look good, and that's gonna be it. And then everyone who works with her tries to be like, hey, Valentina, there's more to this project than just looking good.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I look so good, I'm gonna be fine.
Like, the only time she had real personality in the challenge was in the Jersey episode, and Michelle said it. She was like, you looked a mess, so you could act a mess.
Right.
Like, she needs to be able to have that personality shine.
Right.
You know?
And she just seems to rely on her looks, and at this point in the game, it's just not enough.
Mm-mm.
Then we got the runway.
I like this runway.
It was weird.
I thought it was really good.
Latrice's outfit was objectively so cool. Like, it was hard to make. It was hard to wear.
I don't know how she
It
got
looked
into
cool. It looked like it took a lot of talent to make and wear. But God, I hated it. Like,
I loved it.
I loved the artistry of it.
It was very Club
But
Kid.
looking at it made me uncomfortable.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of two things. It gave me very much Miley's VMA performance a couple of years ago.
I don't remember.
Well, it was all drag queens and all their outfits had like faces like that.
Uh-huh.
And it also reminded me, which may be why you don't like it, of Unreal Monsters.
Probably.
The 90s show. Like that's
Probably.
That's very much what it made me think of.
It
But
just like grossed me out.
the
Like,
one thing I want
But I think it falls in the same category. It
The
looked like
plastic.
weird I
Yeah.
think I just have a phobia.
I mean, the runway theme was plastic,
yeah,
so.
but it was very.
But the one thing the whole thing I was thinking about the whole time I saw her in that outfit is it took 3 people to get her in the smock, the painter smock. How many people did it take to get her in this?
A lot.
And how much lube did it take to get her in this? Like,
I'm trying to think. Who else did I like? Trinity's was fine.
I liked it. I thought
It was fine.
But they made a comment. They're like, your makeup looks so different. Like you changed your face. Her makeup looked the same to me.
I
Like,
don't think her makeup looked different. I think they were saying her look looked different.
No.
Because it was monochrome.
No, but
I think they were saying the hair and the makeup all being like one look.
Because Michelle was like, you changed your face, you did something different. So I don't know what she did differently.
I didn't love Manila's.
I thought it was a cool concept.
It was a cool concept. I just thought it was kind of like, eh.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was bad. It was just, eh.
it wasn't spectacular, but compared to everyone else on the runway, it was one of the tops, and it was a
Yeah.
cool concept.
Naomi's
I was bored.
was kind of boring. Didn't she already wear a dress this
She wore a
season
dress like
that was like
that.
circles?
She always wears that length. Like we get it. You have nice legs. You have amazing legs. But like, give something different,
Yeah,
you know.
I agree.
And that's also a look that we've just seen before. It's 60s mod. It's very much like it's been done.
Monique's was a cool idea, but it looked kind of cheap.
Monique's,
Looked kind of cheap.
yeah. I mean, she was giving
Carson
a
said it.
reference. Yeah, but I didn't like the way it looked. To me, it reminded me of like the harness that she did on her chest. Reminded me of like, have you ever seen the holographic tape?
No.
There's holographic tape, and it looks
Oh,
like
yes,
like the foil almost. It looks like she just taped that on her.
Yeah, I
you
wasn't
know?
too into it.
I didn't like it. I thought Monet's look was a cool concept, but my 2 issues with it is when I think plastic, I don't really think gladiator. Like, I don't think just doing a concept in plastic is enough. I think it should be kind of themed with the runway, you know? Like, somewhat.
I don't agree.
I don't know.
I think
Like, where do you get gladiator from?
I think it could go either way. I think either the costume can be heavy plastic, or it could be a plastic theme like Valentina, who was like a Barbie.
Fair.
And I don't think it has to be one or the other. I actually kind of like Monet's. I'm gonna say.
And my only other issue with it is, like, I don't feel like the wig fit with the costume. I think it
Yeah,
was
well.
2 separate
That's
looks.
fair. Valentina's as much as I don't like her, it was one of my favorites. I have to say, I know like you weren't a huge fan. I liked the idea of it. I liked that she was like a Barbie,
I feel like it's the obvious choice.
but it was also like a real life Barbie. I don't know. I thought it was well done. I thought she looked good.
I mean, I feel like it was the obvious choice, and also I get Carson loved the crotch thing. I didn't like it.
I
The
thought it was
whole
clever.
the whole time, but my issue with it is the whole time that's all I was looking at. Like it was more.
Nah, not me.
I get why she did it, but for me it was more distracting than like, oh, that's funny.
Sorry, I keep yawning.
Should I have that coffee I offered?
It's been a long day. I get where you're coming from, but I liked it. It's life. Sometimes we disagree.
True. But anyway, so they go into the deliberation for the judges.
Oh, tops and bottom. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go into the judging deliberation, and for me, I wasn't shocked about the bottoms whatsoever. Like I completely agree.
Yeah.
The tops I was shocked about. To me, I would have put Monet and Monique in the top. I thought their club was the best for me personally.
I wasn't shocked with the tops. No one was shocked with the bottoms.
No.
Because there was a clear, like we said, 2 clubs that were really good and one that was...
A train wreck.
Yeah. And also, I forgot to say this before, but why did Naomi, when she whispered, why did she go like that? And not like that.
She was like cupping her mouth.
You're
Like,
supposed to go like, clap what I just said. And she was
It's like
like,
she
she was
was like-
doing that. I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was weird.
Anyway, the bottoms made sense.
hmm
Naomi could have done a lot better in this challenge. She was absolutely dragged down by her
Yeah.
teammate, but no one else deserved to be in it other than them.
Because also, like, just the concept in general was weak.
Right, the concept was weak. Had she been with a different person who would have built on her concept,
Mhm.
she would have probably done a lot better. So she was kind of screwed by being with Valentina, but at the same time, no one else of the other 5 deserved to be below her.
No.
So the bottom
definitely.
clearly makes
Yeah,
sense.
the bottom made sense to me too.
The top, I thought it could have been any of the 4 of Latrice, Trinity, Monet, or
Yeah, just not
Monique.
Manila. Like Manila was a clear
Right.
safe.
Manila was a clear in the middle.
Yeah.
They were a clear bottom, and I thought any 4 was fair game. So when they said Latrice and Trinity, I wasn't shocked. I did kind of expect it to be like Latrice and one of the others from
I could
either
see
Monet
that.
or Monique.
Yeah. But if
I
you-
kind of expected Latrice Monet.
But if you had to pick one club to go to,
I would go the honey one.
really,
Yeah.
I'd go to the black hole.
I'd go the honey. What's it called? The honeycomb?
Honeycomb, I think. Yeah.
Or the beehive?
No, I think the honeycomb.
I don't know. Either way, I'd go to that. I don't know. That one looked, but that one just looked more like, I don't know. I like
Not
it.
plastic.
Yeah. I just get grossed out by that.
Fair. We all have our things.
I don't like Halloween. And
Yeah.
it looked very Halloweeny to me. It
Yeah,
looked very like,
that's what it was. It was very.
yeah, that wasn't me. The honeycomb one looked like more just fun.
Yeah,
More-
bright, more energy.
But that's preference.
Mhm.
That's not like it was better. But yeah, any of those 4 I would have seen in the top, so I wasn't shocked by the top. But I do get what you're saying too. I
Yeah.
think those 4 were all on even.
I
footing.
agree. I think it was even. It just comes down to like your personal preference, and for
Right.
me personally, I would have liked
Yeah.
to see.
I think there was a clear grouping this time. There was
Yeah.
the 4 who did really well, Manila who kind of lagged behind but
Yeah.
wasn't terrible, and then the 2 who deserved to be in the bottom. So I don't think anyone was really arguing that.
And then they go into their deliberation. And here's my issue with their deliberation. First of all, like we keep saying, it's a show. I get there's money, but they're too emotional. It's a show. Like, it's not. They say it all the time on the show. It's not personal. It's just drag. Like,
You
get
know what
over
my
it.
thing is about it? Is that it's not the regular season. Like, I'm under the impression that in the regular season, careers can be made from the show.
For sure,
Right?
100%.
You're a new drag queen.
Yeah,
And you come on, and this show could get you your career.
100%.
Right?
It could.
So that, I get there's a lot at stake, right?
Mhm.
You really want to perform because this show can make or break your life
Mhm.
doing what you love. But at this point,
They have
this is
established
all
careers.
stars.
Yeah.
So aren't all of these queens established with followings and with residencies and
Yeah.
some clubs even?
Yeah,
like
they
stuff
have
like that?
established careers.
Like-
They have tourings, bookings.
A,
like
a
yeah.
bunch of them, like they have work,
Yeah.
right? Like they're known.
Mhm.
So as good as it would be to win, as much as the extra money might help them, whatever it is, at the end of the day, like it's not like the regular season where this could be make or break for you. At least that's my mindset.
But
is
you're right.
Like, it's like the difference between getting a show where it's like these are 10 stand-ups we took off the street of New York, or here's Kevin Hart, the other comedians like Andy Samberg,
Yeah.
Bill Hader, these people, right? And they're gonna compete. And it's like, yeah, they might not want to go home, but if John Mulaney gets kicked off the show, he could still do stand up.
Exactly. Like this isn't ride or die for them. It's like it'll be okay if they don't win.
And I think that's why I struggle with the stakes, because I'm like, you go home to your however many followers on Twitter, and you got a show next week,
Yeah.
and like you're still doing drag as your career, like you're still living
Yeah.
from what I understand to be your dream. Like this is so like, sure you didn't win RuPaul's All Stars, but like
You still have a career.
you also got on there with a bunch of other All Stars, worked,
You
had
still
your
are
career.
an all-star, and that's still, even being on the show now is still going to bump your career even more. People
Right.
are going to want to book you even more, so it's okay.
And you've been recognized by RuPaul twice.
Exactly. And my other issue with the deliberations were they were like shading Naomi, not shading Naomi, but they were jerking her around because they're like, both of them were like, Valentina's my best friend, Valentina's my best friend. Like, we all knew Valentina did the worst and deserved to go home.
Right.
But they kept on like making Naomi think that they were going to pick Valentina to stay because they were like, oh, well, she's my best friend.
Also, I didn't see these friendships with Valentina that they all claim to have. Like, they don't.
Well, for Trinity, you could see it, like, throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
But for Latrice, it's because they went on tour together.
Is
and
that
they
what
had
it
spoke
is?
about it. Yeah, they went on
Oh.
tour together outside of the show, and they had spoke about it a little bit.
Okay.
So it's, but, like, she did the worst. And they ended up, you know, they go to the lip sync.
And she's been doing the worst.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the cases where, sure, she was way worse this time, but also if they're the bottom two this close together, like, this is the case, pull out the report card.
Yeah.
Valentina has been bad.
Because they said it, Valentina was in the bottom 3 times.
And Naomi has been consistently
Yeah.
pretty good,
Yeah.
which is better. Naomi has been in the bottom. Is this the first time in the bottom?
Second.
Second? It's better than the 3 times.
Right? I think second time. Yeah.
Either way, it's less.
Yeah, it's so she deserved to stay. So they go into the lip sync, and a lot of people were mad about Trinity in the old lady suit. I thought it was hysterical. It was slapstick comedy, and I thought it was funny.
I thought I got what she was going for. It was just kind of. I think it was one of those like choose your crowd type things where it was like, you think it's funny,
Yeah.
but do you really think RuPaul is gonna?
I mean, if you heard him in the background, he was like cackling in the background. But I think, honestly, I think Trinity just wanted to have fun. I think Trinity.
She's won a lot.
Yeah, she's won a lot. I really think she just wanted to have fun.
I think
like
Trinity's been playing the game so hard and she's been doing so well and she's been winning so much. I think you're right. I think she literally just looked at this and was like, I'm having fun tonight.
Like she's
I'm
a
taking a
weird,
break.
she's a weird, kooky person. You see it in her comedy. You
Yeah.
see it like with the jokes she makes. The fact that she brought that suit in the first place shows you. So I think this was her opportunity to just have fun with it,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I liked it so much because she genuinely looked like she was having such a good time.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then if people want to get mad at her for like walking around in a fat suit and shaking her boob, can we talk about Latrice rolling on the stage?
That was funny.
Like,
I like
but it's that same type of like, I'm gonna act foolish. Yeah, I'm not in a foolish costume, but I'm gonna
Right.
roll around, you know.
Yeah,
It's the same.
You're right.
It's
It's,
the
the same.
same.
It's different degrees.
Yeah, different degrees, but it's that same type.
Yeah,
that
I
they're-
agree.
You know?
I mean,
But deservedly, Latrice won. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, as funny as Trinity was,
She
and
wasn't the
she
winner.
was hysterical. She wasn't the winner, and I think she did that on purpose. In all honesty, I think.
didn't want to
she-
make the choice.
Yeah, I think she knew Valentina deserved to go home, and she didn't want
Could
to
be.
send her home, so she threw the lip sync. Now, I'm not saying she did that. I'm just saying I think that. So
And then Latrice wins, and thank goodness. I'm sorry, but Valentina finally went home.
yes, but
It's time.
I feel bad for Naomi because Latrice pulls that lipstick, and Rue's face is like. Like the most, I didn't even know Rue's face could move that much anymore.
So Naomi's like, what the hell, Ruby?
Like if I was Naomi and I saw Rue react like that, I'd feel some type of way.
You can't say anything. He's the host.
True, but
He'll kick you
still.
right off.
But anyway, Valentina left and she made the comment about having her
goodness.
crown. But the one thing I could relate to her on was she was like, the worst part about this is I have to pack. Like I
Yeah.
thought that was funny because
That was funny. I gotta say, Valentina kind of, once she actually did lose, she kind of left with grace.
yeah,
And when she left that way, it almost made me wish
she acted that
that
way.
she
on the
had
show.
that grace the rest
Yeah.
of the season because I saw, like you said, a small glimpse of what Valentina could have been, and I was
Mhm.
like, that was actually pretty nice.
And then if anyone watches online, they showed her packing her stuff and like talking as she was leaving, and I was like, this is a normal human being. Like,
I
she
don't
was
know.
so down to earth. I don't know.
Maybe the nerves got to her and she felt the need to try to play up something, but I think
No, I think she just wanted to make good TV.
could be.
I really think that's it. She just.
I
wanted
think
to
she
make
could have
good
done so much more had she acted it differently.
TV. Yeah,
But too late. She's gone.
but next week's gonna be good. Next week's the makeover challenge.
What's that?
They have their family friends from home, and they have to put them in drag.
Ooh, I'm excited about
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna be
That's
good.
fun. I'm actually excited. Cool.
I love it. So
I think Trinity's gonna be good at that.
I think Trinity, I think Manila, and I think
Trinity, Manila,
Naomi.
and Monet are the top. three
Monet
these
actually
days.
went home on her makeover challenge on her season.
Hmm. No, I'm just saying they're the top 3. I think right now in the show.
Yeah, but if I was Monet, I'd fight like I have something to prove because she got sent home on this challenge.
Let's see it.
So we'll be back
Alright.
next week to talk about it. I'm Nick,
I'm Joe, and I'm straight.
and I'm not. Bye, guys.
Peace out.